Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Judith Egbe. We have been looking at the series at the center around godly marriage, how to live in harmony. In my last video, we look at leadership as a head, which is the part one of this video. As you have not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, to share and to like my channel. I pray that every marriage that is going through storm, the Lord will calm every storm in any home. And we're going to look at love. What is love? Love is something that is unexplainable. Love is unconditional. Love is care. Love is not wanting something to go wrong with your partner. Love is, you just want your partner to be happy. You just want the person to be, you don't want the person to go through pain. You always want to be there for the person. You always want to see smiles on the face of that person. Love is not just saying I love you verbally and not showing it. Love is action. As you're saying verbally, you are also putting it to play. You cannot say you love a person and the person is going through tough time and you're not even bothered about it. You're not even showing concern. That is not what love is. Society today, the word love is being abused. Most time people say it without even meaning it, without even showing it, without even understanding what love is all about. Love is not selfish. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is any good thing that you can think of. That is what love is. And we're going to focus on that aspect today because in my previous video, we talked about leadership as a head. You're supposed to be the one in charge. I'm not saying you should become a boss, giving order. No. Being in charge in the essence of learning to take decisions when it's necessary, learning to oversee the affairs of the home, learning to assist when you ought to assist. And in this video, we're going to focus on the head and on the head as in the aspect of loving the wife. A number of times, a lot of men find it difficult to express their love to the wife. And when the wife, at times, you see some women complaining that they feel their husband doesn't love them anymore. And the man just keeps saying, I love you. But the wife wants you to show it. The wife wants you to say it. She don't just want you to say it in your heart that you love her and she's not seeing an expression of that love. You love her and she's not hearing you saying it. That is not what love is. Love is something that is an action. It's something that you show. It's something that the whole world sees. When you see a man that truly loves the wife, you don't need somebody to tell you that this man loves the wife. It's action. It's everything about him shows and portrays the love that he has for his partner. We're going to look at, if you look at Christ, which is our perfect example. Christ loved us that even while we were sinners, he died for us. That is to tell you the extent of Christ's kind of love. It is a sacrificial love. That is what love is all about. Learn to show sacrificial love to your partner. Don't love her, conditionally. It is when things are going well with her that you love her. When the going is not smooth, you don't love her. No. Love should be unconditional, irrespective of whatever situation that you find yourself at every given point. She might be going through challenges, or it's possible when people tie the knot, she was doing so well, or she was very okay, she was very beautiful and everything along the line. She had an accident, she lost a part of her body, or in the process of childbirth, she became fat and she became obese and all that. No matter what has happened, as a godly head, she is still your partner. Love her the way she is. If she's not okay to your taste, talk to her about it. Godly husband, you ought to love your wife unconditionally. Don't love because of situation. Don't love because things are going right. No matter what is going right or wrong, learn to love your wife unconditionally. Another aspect of love as a head is learning to support your wife. Support her dreams, support her visions. Some men just feel that because she's the wife, she has no other life. No. Aside from being a wife, aside from being a mother, she also have a destiny to fulfill. She also have a vision. She also have a dream. Help her to harness those dreams. Help us to bring out that best that you want in her. Help her to fulfill her destiny. Don't be selfish. Don't feel because you're just married to her, she should forsake every other thing. No, that is another aspect that I've seen that is causing a lot of crisis, a lot of problem. Most times the women go into depression because the husband does not feel their pain. The husband does not understand what she's going through. She just needed your support. She just needed you to tell her this is how it should be done. Even if it's something you don't have an idea that you want to go into, you just help her make research, help her make inquiry. You support her. Don't tell her that she can't make it. Don't start making her feel that her own duty is just to be a wife and a mother in the home, that outside that she have no. See her that just as she is a wife, just as you have dream, just as you have career, just as you are pursuing a lot of visions, she also has those things. She also has to fulfill her destiny. She also has to achieve her goals in life. Support her in the way you can. And as I said in my previous video, learn to spend time with your partner. A man that doesn't spend time with his partner will not even know what she's going through, will not understand her dream, will not understand her vision, will not understand whether she has any desire in life to achieve, to attain anything. All he just feels is she should just be playing the role of a wife, playing a role of a mother to their kids. That is not what she's there for. She's also in that home for you to help her to actualize her dream and to fulfill her destiny. So support her in any little way that you can support her to fulfill in the fulfillment of her destiny. Another aspect I want to point out is learning to be gentle with your wife. As godly husband, don't be harsh on your wife. Don't scold her, don't shout on her. Even when she's wrong, chastise her in love. Be gentle with her, because the Bible says the wife is the weaker vessel. See her as a weaker part of you. See her that she's not too strong. If I will use the word fragile, see her as a fragile person that you shouldn't hurt. So learn to be gentle with your wife. Another thing is learning not to be bitter with your wife. What brings about bitterness most time is unforgiveness. When she has wronged you, you keep counting her offenses. You don't learn to let go. If you don't wash it, the devil will bring bitterness into your heart, and you become bitter towards your wife. And the Bible said it, that we should not be bitter towards your wife. You should not be bitter towards your partner. Do not be bitter. Remove bitterness from your heart. No matter what she has done, learn to forgive her. Where there is forgiveness, there will not be bitterness. Bitterness, hatred, all those things comes in because of unforgiveness. When you forgive a person, when the person is wrong, why will you be bitter about that person again? So we should learn to forgive offenses. Learn to forgive her. Learn to let go. At times, she might not even say she's sorry. You as a head can humble yourself and say you are sorry, so that there can be peace, there can be harmony in the home. So as a godly head, do not be bitter towards your wife. Another thing is learning to communicate with your partner. A lot of men don't know how to communicate. They have the weakness. In fact, from experience, I've discovered that women talk more than men. But that is not an excuse to cut yourself away from your wife. When you're together with your wife, learn to communicate with her. When there are issues, learn to talk about it. Don't keep it. Don't start reporting her to your family that this is what she does, or reporting her to your friends, and you're not even telling her what she has done wrong. Learn to communicate with your wife. Couples that communicate always end up being best of friends. And you know when you are friend with a person, there is hardly issues, because issues that would have led to quarrel and fighting, you people settle it amicably. So learn to communicate with your wife. It's in communicating with her that you will even understand what she's going through at every given time. And she also will be able to encourage you when you need encouragement. Learn to communicate in the home. Learn to command conversation when it is necessary. Don't nag. Don't start nagging. Don't start complaining. Don't start carrying your family issues. When you're in one place with your friends, you start telling them about your wife. Don't mind that, my wife, she's a useless woman. She is a gift. She is a precious gift from God. Learn to communicate in the home. Make her your friend. In that way, you'll be able to understand her better. Like some men used to say that women are very, very complicated. I don't know how true that is, but in all, learn to communicate. I believe when there is communication, no matter how complicated she is, you'll be able to understand her feelings, her mood, her emotions. And you discover that you'll be living in peace and harmony in the home. Another aspect is coming together to plan with your wife. I said in my previous video that when the need arises, you ought to take certain decisions. But that doesn't mean that you should cut your wife away. Learn to plan with your wife in the aspect of finances. A lot of men have died, and I've heard some bankers say their wife doesn't even know they have such amount in their bank account. Why? Because the man doesn't tell them anything about himself. They are just living as strangers. Learn to plan with your wife. Sit down, plan your future, plan your tomorrow. Just learn to plan. Think about, plan about your children, how to go to school, just plan how you will build your empire together. Don't sideline your wife. Don't cut her off. If you feel she's not up to your class, some men used to feel their wife is not up to the standard, maybe because God has blessed them to a certain standard and it's possible the woman is not too educated. They feel she's no longer up to their class, so they can't carry her along. She is still your wife. Learn to carry her along. Learn to sit down and come together and plan together. Plan every aspect you ought to plan for there to be peace in the home. Do not cut her off. I always tell people, see your wife as a partner. By the time you see her as a partner in that home, you will learn to plan with her. You learn to take certain decisions and together. But by the time you don't see her as a partner, you see yourself as a boss, and she is just, what will I call her, a slave or whatever. You can never plan with her. Things can never go right in the home. So as a godly head, learn to see your wife as a partner. Learn to see her as a companion. Learn to see her as a gift from God. Learn to see her as the best thing that has ever happened to you. And you discover that in doing that, you will learn to live in harmony and in peace with your wife. As a man, learn to be compassionate. Learn to be humane. Don't be too career driven. Don't be heartless. Let me use that word, because some men are so, they don't even feel the pain of the woman. The woman might be going through serious turbulent time. She might be pregnant and she's going through complications in pregnancy, and some will even begin to compare them. Like when my mother gave birth to a certain number of children and she never went through all these things. Everybody's unique is in his or her own way. Do not compare your wife with other women. Do not compare her with what is going on in your family. That is your family. She is different. She's coming from a different background. She's coming from a different home. Learn to support her when she's going through health challenges, when she's going through financial challenges, when she's going through every tough time in her life. Learn to show compassion. I discovered that most time women are more affectionate than men, but that is not an excuse for you not to be compassionate. Learn to show her compassion. Learn to be humane. Learn to feel other people's pain. That is what makes you a good leader in that home. That is what makes you a good head. Another thing is, learn to be faithful to your wife. Be contented with your wife. Do not look for strange women to satisfy you. No. Be contented with your wife. Another aspect I want to point out is learning to be verbal. Most time men don't express their love, and women want to hear it. Learn to tell your wife you love her. You're in the office at times, just take your phone and call her. Do you know I'm missing you? Do you know how much I love you? To you, it might just be mere words, but to the woman, it means a whole lot. When she dresses, when she makes her hair, learn to appreciate her. Say, oh, honey, you look fine. You look good. Yes, I like the way you're looking like this. Just make her, praise her all the time. Praise her. Appreciate her. Those things she's doing in the home, taking care of the children, going to work. Appreciate her. Learn to show appreciation. Don't feel that this is her duty, so she should just be doing it. Even if it is her duty, still show appreciation. It will make her do those things with joy and gladness in her heart. When she's working in the kitchen and she's cooking and you're at home, you're not doing anything, instead of just sitting down and watching the television, go to her. Even if you don't have much to do in the kitchen to assist, maybe you don't know much about what she's doing, even if you're just chatting with her, you're keeping her company, it will bond the home. You discover there will be bond. Those are the little things that bond marriages. Those little things that we neglect, spending time with our partner, learning to assist, learning to show love. You are in public, show love to your, as a godly head, learn to show love to your wife in public, in private, anywhere you find yourself. Learn to show love to your wife. And before I wrap up this series, don't allow your family to downgrade your wife. Don't let your family come and start talking to your wife, molesting your wife. Even in your presence, you begin to say, and that is how it is done in our place, it's our tradition. No, that is not what a godly head is all about. Don't allow somebody to look to talk down on your wife, even to the extent I've seen some family that they have to fight the wife, the in-laws. No, make your family realize that she is your partner, that two of you are one, because the Bible says two of you shall come together and two of you shall become one. Two of you are one. Learn to make them realize that. Learn to make them treat her with respect. I tell people most time that it is when the man doesn't respect the wife in the presence of his family, that is where the family comes down and look down on the wife. But by the time you are the type that praises your wife, that respects your wife, that carries your wife as something very important to you, I believe that there is nobody that will come from outside to molest your wife. So as a godly head, if you're able to do all these things and many more that are not even mentioned in this video, you will discover that everything will be going on in the home. Unless you forget that everything that happened in that home, as a head, you are accountable for it. Being a head is a calling. Being a head is an office. Do not take it for granted, because if something is not going right in that home, you will be head accountable for what is wrong in that home. So if by the time you begin to see your office as a calling, as a mandate from God, you begin to play the role of a godly head, because you know you are not only answerable to your partner, you are also answerable to God. So learn to make sure that things are right in the home. Learn to stand as a head. Learn to be in charge. When I say in charge, I am not saying be a boss. Learn to take charge when the needs arise, and not act as a boss, because your wife is your best friend. She is your companion. She is your partner, she is your sister, she is your mother. Whatever you can categorize her, that is what the Bible has made her to be. As we continue in this series of godly marriage, in my next video, we're going to be talking about godly parenting. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you're going through storm in your home and you have not invited Jesus, as I always say, wherever the Prince of Peace is, there is peace. Thanks for watching my channel. Stay blessed. Do have a nice time.